Legend, statement, star. Said you wanna be a legend. Legend, statement, star. Said you wanna be a legend.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome to Legendary Breakdown, episode 6, where we are breaking down the episode 6 of Legendary on HBO Max. I'm your host, Eddie Jarrell Jones, with an X on the end. Some may know me by Milan Garcon in the ballroom scene, and I am here with some real special guests. But a few things first before we break it on down. This show here is presented by Slate TV and WFH, that's Work From Home. And I'm also here with Cheyenne Escada, Zay Lavin, and Deshaun Gucci. Come on in the room. Hey, girl.
Hi, Deshaun.
What's good?
Hey,
How y'all doing? I'm trying to get in the middle of the screen. What's good? How y'all doing?
good and you?
Good.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I'm sorry. What's good, y'all? Cheyenne, what's good?
Cheyenne, where are you at, girl?
Yes.
I'm at my aunt's studio.
And that's how you do it. Where you know what? How you gonna come on my show? Trying to do shows. Where you are streaming from?
Say that again?
No, I was asking Deshaun and Zay where they're streaming from. And unmute yourself, Deshaun.
I'm in the house.
I'm in my house. You know, I got my studio. You know, I got my light.
Sit down.
Happening. You see the glow coming from each every angle.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
But you know,
Cheyenne, you are sitting.
I am recovering from a chemical pill. You know how that happened.
Okay, so what happened? You didn't know that that it was like a time period within the chemical pill.
Yeah, I thought it was given 24 hours and then the skin was going to give its, its all. But it's a process. So, I'm working with it. So bear with me. Yeah. I'm still here and I'm still Zay and I'm ready to give it. So what's up?
Period. Ready to slay. What city and state are y'all streaming from?
Staten Island.
Chicago, Staten Island.
Rochester, New York.
Word. All right. That's what's up. So how do y'all feel? I know episode 6 just streamed today and y'all carried. It was y'all category tonight.
Baby.
Both fam. It was both fam.
Well, the category, no shade. And I felt like it was disrespectful to Cheyenne because, she's not a Vogue femme.
Right.
She's a female figure. She's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like, it was more like, oh, we're just going to put you in this category. I'm going to call it Vogue Film.
That's why they ended up, I feel like that's why they ended up changing it to Fembot, because they never said Fembot at first. But
exactly.
They realized I was there. Because I remember when I first came, they was like, why are you here? You were there. And I was like, but no, I'm pretty sure that's why they said Fembots versus Vogue Femme. Because I was like, why am I not a Vogue Femme? I
was like, they are so disrespectful with the category.
Yeah, and they really didn't explain it in a way to explain that, there are binaries within our categories. Like you walk within your respective binary in the category. So yeah, I guess they could have done a much better job deciphering that. But that's one of the things that happens when we take Ballroom and put it on TV, because it's we only got 45 minutes and
exactly
and cover,
exactly,
right.
So is the competition getting harder? Is it getting easier because y'all getting longer? What's the tea?
Well, I mean, after our little dilemma, our little setback that Lavins had,
Mm-hmm.
It definitely was like foot in the mouth, sit down, and go back to the drawing board. So it definitely is getting harder. Less people here, so the balls are going a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going home a lot sooner. So it's definitely the first 2 balls was like, okay, we're gonna test the trial and see how everything goes. But after that, it was like, okay, no more play time. It's time to get it down. Bitches going home left and right. So it's like it's given every day at a ball. You're not my girlfriend until we leave here. So
that's really how they was acting. They was acting like that.
No shade.
So it was given, the attitudes backstage was given very much in the bathroom at a ball. Like everybody's getting ready. Me and my house is over here. Me and my girls is over here.
Yes, that's literally exactly how.
Ain't no shade. The stalls were the names of the thing. You get into it. They had the whole aesthetic set up. No shade. Like it was
so backstage really looked like a bath. It looked regular.
No, it was a dressing room, but we all had our names on the rack. So it just gave like stall, like stall area. You know what I'm saying? So just how you put it, it was like, good analogy.
So I want to get a bit more into who you all are. So Cheyenne, we're gonna start with you. Tell us a bit about how you got into ballroom, how you became an Escada, and like where you are in your ballroom career right now. Because I guess you all's careers are kind of still flourishing right now during the pandemic, where a lot of people like me, I wish I could walk a ball, but everything's pretty much on pause right now. So, you know, talk to me about how you got in the ballroom and how you got to where you are now.
So originally, the first ball I ever went to was here in Rochester, New York, where I'm from. It was like a little mini function. And I actually went there, and I told my mom I was going to a coffee shop to hang out with my friends. I lied. So we went to the ball, and I won face that night, but I didn't win performance. I was like the second to last battle. But I didn't really know how to like vogue. I just kind of like watched videos and was just trying to move around. I don't know what I was doing. But when I went there, I met, her name is Champagne. She's basically like my sister. And when I like had to leave my home, I went to this like little like bar / karaoke place. I wasn't singing. She was singing. So she was singing. I was like, oh my gosh, who is that? She met me. I realized she vogued after I followed her on Instagram. And then she introduced me to my gay mom, who is Fred, who walks runway, but he can vogue. And Mariah Revlon, the legend or icon, that is his mom. So like he would teach me, and I would always have practices. And I was always like a performer. So I was never one to like want to just do something and half-ass. So I was like, I'm not about to go to no ball and go crazy. So it literally gave like Vogue boot camp until like I was ready. And then I went to my first ball in, I think it was 2018, July. It was in North Carolina. It was beginner's performance. I won. I became an Escada a little bit before that, but I was like going to like Vogue boot camp. So like I wasn't actually out yet. But like when I actually like went out, it was just like, okay, we're gonna keep going. But like, I don't know, it kind of just happened naturally with how life pushed me into a certain direction, and it just happened like naturally.
So since you're kind of like self-taught, whose videos really captured you the most, and like where do you think like most of your inspiration comes from in your performance?
So when I first started, I used to swear up and down I wanted to be Naomi. It was not going to happen. So I cut that out when my ankle was bleeding. But after a while, I was like, oh wait, like I started to get into like Deja, Yolanda, Mika, and then like girls who are like, I don't know what generation they are, but like Tamaya, Asia, Veronica, like the cunts. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, so I don't have to do all that crazy stuff, but I can still get the same reaction. So I was like, okay, so boom. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start.
Soft and kind.
Yeah, I'm gonna start voguing really like a girl, and then
it's no shame.
We don't like that.
Well, you definitely let it be known, like on the show, you are soft and kind, femme queen. Yeah. Period. That was definitely one of my questions, and I'm glad y'all brought it up, Zay and Deshaun. How was it being the only femme queen out there representing for your category, femme queen performance? Because you know, Vogue Femme came from Butch Queen voguing like a femme queen. Yeah. So what was your perspective in all of that, and you know, being that representation in that moment?
Literally, I was just like, okay, there's no other femme queen walking this category. If I get sat the first battle, it's gonna be late. Like I'm like, how am I get sat at a category that it originated from us? Like that would just be ridiculous. So I was like, okay, but then I was nervous because I was like, you know, I don't want to feel like I gotta like get hyped and then like not do like start getting bugged and like being dramatic. So I remember Gravity, London. Like all the Escadas and like Gravity specifically, they were like, make sure when you're out there you stay calm. Don't start getting dramatic with them. Stay pussy. Like don't try to overdo it and do too much. And I was like, okay, because I was like, I don't know if they're gonna like it because you know we're on TV. You know on TV they like when you do backflips and stuff, which is fine. But like, baby, I'm not doing no backflip.
Right. Everybody's performance is it should be a representation of them and who they are, or an alter ego if that's the route that you go. Deshaun Gucci, tell me a bit about how you got into ballroom. I want to know how you became a Gucci. You know, tell me a bit about the Gucci's if you all live in the new house and things. Let the world know. So break it down for me.
Okay, so I started in ballroom, let's say in 2016. I walked Virgin Performance for 2 years straight. Was it the year of, I think it was the summer of 2018 going into, no. It was actually the winter, 2018 going into 2019 when I stepped into the Vogue film lineup. So it was just like very much so when I started walking, I immediately started snatching wins. First things first, I was a Miss Rahi before I became a Gucci. So here's the whole thing with that. So our house was actually, we were all business, and it was just a whole bunch of drama with our founder, what's caused us to start a new house, go, a separate way, which turned to the gorgeous Gucci's, So that it being a new house, it's like we had to wake it up. I had to make a name for myself all over again, because it's like I had a career. I had started to walk, but then it's like that happened and I had to start over. So when I got this offer out of nowhere to be on this show, it was a gag factor to me, because I was like, what? I didn't ever think that my ballroom career would go from being in the balls to actually being on TV now. So it's like I was gagging. I'm like, oh, girl, this is the big time right here. So when it was time to go, and when I finally arrived there, it was just like everybody was like one big happy ass family. Like, the vibe was amazing. Like, that's why I say every day, I still to this day, I miss everybody so much, because it's like we grew as a family. Like, we lived with each other. So it's like the experience was beautiful. Now, when it comes to Vogue film bots, that bot snatched. No, like, honestly, I lived for my look.
Can we talk about it for a second? Abraham, David, I don't know if it's Levi or Levy. It's probably Levy. Okay, Levy work. I want to know, how did you come in contact with him? How did you acquire that piece? I wanted to walk in one of his pieces for like a very long time now, and I probably would have a piece ready to walk if it wasn't for this pandemic. Like, so please talk to me. Talk to me about the piece. Was it custom? Did it fit? Okay. Like, what's
No, that particular piece was just like, oh. And when they put it on me, I felt so sickening. Like when they snatched me up, they had to lace me up. So it's like very much a pull it. Now, just, oh my God, it was amazing. Like, to have that piece on.
It's nothing like being snatched to the nth degree.
No, like, it's nothing. Oh my God. And to have, I will like literally, the things I would do to have that piece on again. That was one of the best moments. We all looked so stunning. Like, we were good. Out of everybody else, I could say just the ones that's on this chat right now, we were the best looks. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to speak for nobody else, because we were the best looks. So you had the dark skins, and then you had the caramel. So it's like, that's sealed the deal right there.
No matter Zay, let me know how you got in the ballroom, how you became a live event, how you got on Legendary. Let me know.
Well, my career started back when I was a kid. I came to New York, and I was like, I feel like this is where I need to be at. I didn't know nothing about Vogue, didn't know nothing about, nothing. So once in a blue moon, there was a guy named Amp Lacroix, because before Lavin was Lavin, it was Lacroix and Ibisu. My first ball I won was Watch the Throne Ball in DC. Once I won that ball, I was like, okay, I can do this. I didn't really have nobody to teach me. I kind of taught myself as being already a dancer. So as I started voguing, started going to Philly First Fridays, started slaying it, started traveling. So then I moved to New York, and I was like, all right, I'm here, but still didn't have a set goal mind yet. I was like, I know I got a talent, and I know I'm gifted, but I got to put myself in the right spot. So going to Kiki Balls, put myself in a house, then I became a Poochie. The House of Lavin had eventually merged with Ibisu. And I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't really there for that. So then I went to Mizrahi. Mizrahi was really such a good choice for my career at that time. I came to North Carolina, Pandemonium Bowl, last battle, me and Little James, legendary James, West. So, that was at that time, I was in my prime, like, who is this kid? Like, he last battle with Little James? Like, oh, okay. So he must be a little something. Ran through all of them, Jubilee, all of them. Like, it was a wrap. So I eventually went back home, and when I got home, my career started going places that I just never thought it was going to go. I did Willy Ninja on Netflix. I started doing fashion shows. And then I started doing movies and commercials and just all these spreads of magazines and things like that. And I was like, whoa, wait, I didn't even know my career was going to go this far. All I wanted to do was Vogue.
Right.
I knew I was a dancer, but I didn't know that voguing, and people had so much to say about ballroom and how this and that, and how no career, and then you can't make this out of that. And I was just like, I don't really know. I think there's something in here. Like, you have to be that person to bring it out.
The thing about it is, it's become an industry within itself, an industry like for us, like that situation.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people that thought that, ballroom, whether they were in the scene or not in the scene, that thought that, it's just what it is right there. Exactly. Like, first of all, ballroom can take you so many places. It's really what you do with it.
Exactly.
So when y'all had the first category, it was Fembot, and I was rewatching it again today. I'm like, wait, hold the fuck up. I booked y'all three, and y'all three had to do Three Blind Mice. You had a Three Blind Mice battle on the show. So talk me through that. Like, what was that like? And we may have to do it like one by one. So Zay, since you're already here, what was going through your mind? Like, okay.
Well, the Fembots was a category that I knew, like, okay, this is our time. But pause. We're working with television. So it's a lot of things that we as Voguers couldn't really have to really give what we wanted to give on the floor. A proper beat for voguing. So what y'all get on TV is not what we hear, even though it sounds cute on TV, but that's not what we got. We wish. Yeah. So it was more of a challenge to me because now I have to vogue to something that, not really voguing, which I vogue to non-voguing music already. But I found that it was a little harder. I was just like, but this is really not voguing music. Like, y'all are really trying it. But, like, everything, like the ramp and everything, I just felt like they want us to mess up because why we got this ramp? I don't understand. For what? For what? So it was just like, just do it and, make do of it. So I made do of it. I feel like everybody did good. The looks, the everything. I feel like, that's the first category that I do know that the whole house of everybody got their 10s, and things like that. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is going to be a cute night. So it was.
You walk too. I'm not going to let that slide. We're going to move on, but you be pumping too. Can we see you do do you think that you would play with like walking in ballroom?
No way. Well, I've talked to my house, and I've been doing my due deals, and I feel like in the future you guys will be seeing me, kind of enter a new category. So
break it on.
Look out.
I'll be ready.
Look at you, ready.
I'm ready. You already know how I feel about your walk. So. Period. Deshaun, what's going on in your brain in the Three Blind Mice? And talk to me, Deshaun, how do you attack Three Blind Mice effectively? Like, how do you go into it? Like, I'm going to stand out, because it's one thing to get into another person. It's a whole nother thing to go on the floor with three people.
Honestly, what was going through my head at that exact moment is because for one, I love both of them. So it was like, I gotta battle my stings, see like that. But when you get into when it's Three Blind Mice in that particular battle, you go aim straight for the judges. Basically, F who's in the back, no shade. perform for the judges. That's what it's basically mean. You have to draw attention of what you're doing. Yes, it's gonna be they're gonna be all over the place, but they have to know what you're doing. So you have to tell a story when you're voguing. And particularly, like, I was proud of myself to a certain extent, but I felt like that I may have got too caught up of what was going on around me. That's why I didn't perform like I wanted to. But I still performed. But at the same time, I had fun. It was fun. Just to have the experience of being out there with them dancing like that was just, it was fun. So it was like no harm was done, but I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. I did.
And Cheyenne, what about you?
I feel like during the act, like during the category, like at first, because I've never done 3 blind mice until then. So I was like, girl, what is going on? Like, this is too much. And I don't really do, like, that's dramatic enough for me. The whole 3 blind mice, I'm like, girl, why is there so many of us on this floor? But then we started it, and Zay and Deshaun went straight to the front. Like, I was in the back. Like, I started in the back, but then after I was like, okay, clearly I need to move up because they're not giving me no room. So what you guys didn't see was I literally catwalked to Law, like moved my hair, and then like was catwalking. Like I did like the tutu catwalk, and I literally said "Femme Queen" to Leomi and the judges, and then I like started to break it down at the end of the panel with in front of Taylor. So I was like, girl, they really in front of me, and I gotta move. So I was like, oh my gosh. But I was so nervous because I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then I'm not dramatic, and I don't really have stretch. Like I can like my dips, like I can arch my back. That's about. I don't have splits or nothing really. So I'm like, they're not about to live with what I'm about to do. I was surprised. And then when the vote started happening, I was like, girl, let me just pack my bags. But it ended up working out. So
right, it was an over battle. So you're soft and cunt. What do you bring to Femme Queen performance outside of just being soft and cunt? Like, how do you implement yourself? What characteristics are in your Vogue that are also like in you?
I feel like when I'm like, cause I feel like in like real life you kind of like awkward and stuff sometimes, like just because. But like when I'm voguing, I feel like the only girl in the world when I'm voguing. Like I really feel like you cannot touch me. Like I really feel like it's giving like I just took a moan shot. I just woke up. I just got my hair done. I just got my makeup done. Like you cannot tell me I'm not the baddest person on this floor. So it's giving very much like, girl, I might have Chip coming up the stairs to walk, but when it's time to actually vogue, I feel like I already won. Like I think that in my head. Because I'm like, okay, girl, I already won. I'm showing y'all why I won. That's how I feel.
It's no shade. I'm the only girl here, so let me show you what that is. Zay, what do you bring to dramatics, Zay? I need to know. Why you over there giving a hands performance in the back?
Huh?
Let me know what you bring to your category. What personality traits of yours are also in your Vogue, and like how you bring that out.
Well, I know a lot of people, say that like, I got a lot of stretch and, and things like that. But that's where I came from. I came from dancing. I came from a ballet bar. So, in the moment of me doing, my performance and stuff, I may want to do a little, attitude, glissade, pas de chat. I might want to add a little, something a little different. But I feel like my nature of Vogue is very sensual, very sexy, very, very unique. It's not, it's performance, but I'm going to give you a show. I'm giving you legs. I'm giving you everything. Like, so I just use what I have to get like, the attention from everybody. Like, bitch, did he just do a front walkover and hold his leg up? Like, hold on. Like, so I'm now opening up doors like, okay, now it's game time. Shut down. So that's what my, my attitude. Don't see nobody. Just what Cheyenne said. I don't see you. You don't see me. We're very blind about the situation. But just know, I'm about to do you.
You're very blind Mike about the situation. Okay. Deshaun, how do you bring out your personality in your Vogue?
Okay, me. Now, how I bring out my personality? Oh. So when it came to like my voguing, honestly, every time I get on stage, I'm nervous as hell. Like I'm always like just nervous. But I'm always nervous. So it's like the nervousness pushes me to say, just dance, just do it. Like I always hear a voice that say, dance. So particularly when I came up on them stairs, because that was deadly. My heel actually got caught in the ramp. It got stuck in the ramp a little bit as I was coming up. So as I was going up, and it's like I had on those shades. So it's like I could see everybody just looking at me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm talking to myself a little bit. I'm like, okay, just tip, and tap into that robot, tap into that drama and the dramatics. I always think of happy thoughts, and I say a little prayer, particularly before I get on the floor. And I always say, like, God, just take over, or just allow me to perform like I've never performed before. So that's normally how I always come out on top. So yeah.
Word. So you said, like, you know, you was telling me that you love being snatched in an effect. What's what's your favorite type of effect to wear for your category, like to perform in?
I would have to say, so I can talk about the boots and stuff to go with it, right? Okay, so
absolutely.
I would have to say it would have to be bodysuits, particularly. I like how they fit, and then it would have to be always thigh highs, like thigh high boots, bodysuits, maybe a little skirt over it or so, but something that's like lace or leather, see through, something where you can see. So yeah, it will have to definitely be bodysuits and thigh high heels.
Yeah. Cheyenne, what about you? What's like your go-to performance effect?
As little clothes as possible. Every time.
Every time, as it should be. Every time you leave the house, you should always just.
I don't want anything to get in the way, so I'm like, girl, it's given. Either I like leotards and I like this, but like I've actually never vogued in pants at a ball. I should probably try it though. I would have vogued in bell bottoms.
Oh, that would be fun. Well, like a little 90s femme queen boo?
Yes, because I've always vogued half naked. I need to cut it out.
Yeah, that would be over. Zay, unmute yourself. Let me have it. What you just said?
I said no. They live for that. I live for not voguing with like clothes on. Like, give me some pom poms.
Yes.
Let me let the thighs out. Give me a little pop. I need a little body. Like, I hate voguing in like full effects. Now, the Vogue film bot thing, that was cool. I was fine with that because it was fitted. You know, I live for that. But if it was my choice, baby, I would have been pom poms. I'd have. You know, let it out. Like,
for the girls.
The body out. That's my signature. You know, let it out.
The body out is your signature?
Yeah, it's the.
So now I have like a little question where y'all just have to break it down and be real about the situation. If it was any house that you could have saved, what house would that have been and why?
Saved for what?
Saved from going home.
Like this week?
No, and in general.
I was like, what do you, okay.
The entire season, what house would you have saved?
If I could be honest, so versus at the, like when we were at the hotel and not filming, everything was, you know, cute and like happy. But when we was at the ball and rehearsals, the girls did not see it for my house. So the only house I would save is Ninja. And my favorite house is Ninja and Balmain in terms of competition mode. So like, baby, they did not see it. They all wanted, you even saw when I was working, they wanted us to go home.
A lot was said from backstage that was aired, you know, from the other houses. Your house was called out a few times, but I feel like every time y'all came to the stage, y'all brought it harder and harder and harder, and y'all made everybody know week after week, we're going to continue staying and we're going to continue fighting. But, you know, you got to be honest on the Legendary Breakdown.
Maybe they didn't see it. And I feel like sometimes they probably still don't. And it's okay.
I mean, but that's the thing about ballroom. A million people cannot see it, but it just takes one night to be your night. And
I'm sorry for being so honest.
Don't be sorry, girl. This is honey, we're in a pandemic. We're on the brink of a race war. We don't have time to try anymore. Okay, keep it real. Zay, who would you have saved?
No, truthfully, honestly, no shade. I would have brought back the House of West. I definitely would have wanted them to see. I wanted to see more of them. I felt like they just got like, you know, kind of drowned out. So I don't know why, but I definitely would have brought them back if it was up to me. Like they would have came back. Yeah.
Do you feel like they were eliminated fairly, or was it?
Well, I mean, you know, with Destiny's hair coming off, the spite of that happening, I don't think the runway was bad. I don't think the runway was, you know, anything that deserved a chop, you know, because like, you know, what Law was confused about could have been clarified before they had came out.
Absolutely.
And then it would never have been a chop, you know.
Agreed.
So I think his confusion was clarified when it was the Scottas and the Lavins finally, and that was it. I think it should have been like, well, hold on, I don't want to judge. I don't think he should stop. You know, judges stop the ball all the time and be like, I don't want to chop anybody, but I'm confused. Before I start chopping, y'all start looking at me sideways. What is the category really calling for, and what do you really mean by three fat mice?
Right.
So technically, we couldn't say 3 blind mice because, you know, that's offensive. So they just rewrit it to say 3 fat mice, but that still didn't change the fact that you were supposed to come as a mice. No, the story was, the category was once upon a time. So that means you took a story tale like we did the Lavins, we took Maleficent, and then we had the 3 fairies. You saw how everything trickled down and it was still together. So that's how it was supposed to be written. He took it literally and actually thought everybody was going to come out as 3 bad mice and actually look like mice and things like that. Default to the Saint Laurents and the rest of them that thought of that. So it was just like, you know, that just wasn't where it was heading. So that, I think that part was never clarified. So just for y'all viewers now to clarify that, yeah, they just took it too literally.
Deshaun, talk to me. What house would you have saved?
Okay, so the house I would have had to save, like in the competition, would have definitely had to be what he just said, the House of West. I would have definitely wanted to see more out of them because, for one, they're a very show-stopping house in ballroom. So it's like by that happening so quick was kind of like a gag factor because we know them to just be dominating in ballroom. So I would have definitely gave them a chance and brought them back. So yeah. But one thing I do have to say, I fight for Ninja, Femme Queen. No, it's like everything that is going to be forever a mood. I don't know why, but when it just sent me when she said I fight for Ninja, and then Cheyenne said Femme Queen.
Okay, I think that woke up everybody watching because it gave. Oh. Period. So. In performance, you have soft and cunt, you have dramatics, and you say people, you hear people say that, you know, dramatics is changing, soft and cunt is changing. Some people try to bend both, keep them separate. Can y'all explain to me and everybody watching, you know, what is the literal definition of soft and cunt, and what is the literal definition of dramatics, and tell us how you bring that to life.
So my perspective of what I think dramatics is more of, I would say, crazy and a little bit more faster than soft and cunt. Like soft and cunt dramatics is like the same, but soft is more dainty and smooth. Like a 360, when you do it softly, will look more clean and like melting into the 360. Instead of like a spin will go into more like ballet. Then when you're dramatic, a spin is like, oh my God, you know, when you do 360 a little bit faster, you may hear it. So a lot of people may call dramatic people hard. You may hit the floor a couple of times, which is true. Cracked my back a few times. Okay.
And it helps.
No, it's like it depends on the certain moves that you partake and try to do. Like I've tried to do over the top stuff sometimes. But yes, it's definitely a difference because of the speed and the way you break it down and go into like the dips and stuff.
Okay, word. Zay, what's the tea?
Well, I don't really know. But soft and cunt is not about movement. It's not about speed. It's all about the precision and the feeling. To be soft is not because you move slow. That's not soft. To be soft is to have the definition of knowing how to, when you put on lotion, nobody puts on lotion like this. No. You put on lotion and you melt and you get the in your skin.
Work melt.
Off, ooze, and then dip. And see, that's why I'm very essential when I vote, you know, because it's all about the body,
Mm-hmm.
what it, you know, what you wanted to display. So, you know, I may give a little sex, you know, because that's the essence of my softness. You know, that's an everyday thing. You know, I walk around soft, you know, I am, you know, soft, you know, all my movements are soft.
Well,
When I get on the floor, they hear nothing but silence and pin drops because my dips are soft, you know. So, you know, that's my definition, you know, of being soft. It's not about moving slowly, because that's not soft. That's just you move slow. It's all about how you feel, you know, what makes you soft, you know.
Who's like your favorite legends and icons that are soft? Who inspires you?
No shade whatsoever. I love Prince and Ricky Aloha.
Absolutely.
No shade. Like
Absolutely.
how I get into my front flips and front, you know, walkovers is because of him and my extensions and stuff, and just how Lord, he's just so the definition, epitome of softness. It's just a language you have to speak when you talk about being soft. Like,
Legends icon.
Legends and icons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it would have to be the icon Kevin J.P. Prodigy when it comes to voguing too. Cassandra, may she rest in peace. Legendary Cassandra, Ebony. Naomi, I love when it comes. It would be Naomi. Baby Hurricane, he's more of a newer legend. Evo, Ebony, and I think that was just about it for me. Like when it comes to the dramatic people, particularly. But when it comes to the cunts, the stalking cunts, I have to go with Prince, no shade, and Pretty, because yeah. And of course, we can't forget the king of Vogue, Deshaun. Of course, we cannot forget who paved the way. But yes, there's no shade. I will have to give it to them. That's who I take. Particularly, I watch them 24/7. Like you can go on my YouTube history, and that's all you will see. I watch them 24/7. Not that I'm watching them like to take what they're doing, but I'm watching them to watch the precision of how clean and how how they do this, or what it's eye catching to the judges. So yeah.
So when you
she's still in. Stellar moves.
Girl,
okay, so talk about it.
2020, still in.
Let's talk about it. So what is it? Okay, so what's the big thing? Okay, so if I see somebody do a move and I do their move because I think it's cute, some people do 360s, but then people say that they only created 360. So what are the yeses and nos of taking a move that you've seen?
I feel like if you're gonna take a move, because it's no shade, I learned by imitating. That's how I learned how to vote. So like, I feel like you have to take it, like, okay, if they do this, learn how to do this, and then you have to make it your own. So like, you have to start, everybody starts somewhere. So you start somewhere, and then after it's like, okay, but how can I make this my own? Because it's no shade, girl. There's only so many new moves you can come up with. Like at this point, people will have to start putting their hands in their mouth. Like there's nothing else. So at this point, it's just giving personality because like all the shows.
Oh shit!
Even at balls, like there's a bunch of soft and kind dramatic girls, but what sets you apart? Because more than likely, a lot of the soft and kind girls are going to be arching the back when they dip. And all the dramatic girls are going to be doing 360. So what makes you different? Whether it's how you whip your hair, whether it's how you land on your dip with your wrist bend, whether it's how whether your foot's like straight or if it's bent when you dip, like the little things, especially when you're soft and kind, the little things are what counts because you don't. Like, they pay attention to every detail, especially when you're a girl. They pay attention to every single detail.
Here we go. Do you feel like, and this is a question for all of y'all, do y'all feel like y'all vote, like, more authentically genuine, just like you be in the zone more like at like a OTA type of setting, or when you just keying with your friends, or like at a ball? Because I know some people, like, they will go off and practice, but then at a ball, it'd be a little bit different. So, like, what be up with that? What's the need?
I think it's more of a comfortability. Like, I think being comfortable really makes you excel in any category you do. And I know that's why a lot of people go to the bowls and socialize first to get a feel of everything and then go get ready for the category. Because now you know that, oh, your girlfriend said this, everybody's here. Now you're comfortable. Now it's giving living room setting. and you forget that you're at a ball, so you really tap into that Vogue or runway, or however you want to get into your category. You tap into that because now you're comfortable. Now you good because all your girlfriends are here. So I feel like it is definitely, you have to be very comfortable at a ball or OTA. I don't really tear into the difference between the two, because I just feel like it's a ball is a ball. I'm comfortable because I know everybody's there, everybody know everybody. Mm-hmm. But I think for those who are coming into ballroom and things like that, they're really going to have to understand the like, to be comfortable. Like, don't not come to the ball and not speak to nobody. Do not do that, because then you're gonna be nervous when you get on stage, because you're gonna feel like you don't know nobody. And that's going to make you even more nervous, because now you didn't speak to nobody. You just there like, oh dang, now I got to perform in front of 12 of these motherfuckers, and I don't know nobody. Damn. Like, you're going to mess up. You're going to be nervous. So talk to people. Mm-hmm. Talk to your house. Just talk to people. Get comfortable, because when you get comfortable, you will do better than you thought you did if you don't speak to nobody.
Period. Cheyenne, Deshaun, do y'all have anything on that one?
Oh no, I was saying, like, because it's no shade, like, I'm not really a mixy girl, so I'm really good. I will really sit there and not, unless like you see me, like, I'm type scary. Unless it's like time to vote, I'm really gonna sit there like I'm not gonna do nothing just because I don't know. That's just how I am. It's better now because I know more people, but before I'm not gonna talk. But when I had to vote, it turned on, and that made people want to talk to me. Mm-hmm. But I think everyone's different. Because like when I'm performing, it turns on, but like in regular life, I'm like, oh, I don't have nothing to talk about. I don't know, like, what is there to talk about? These functions, I don't know. I just came to vote and go home. It's money.
There's no shade. Deshaun, what about you?
Honestly, I would say, like, before it's time to get your tens or do anything before battles, I like to mingle a little bit, but I'm also like a little mean in a way. Like, I'll just very much so be like I was. BS, like, literally, I was like very.
That'd be mean.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, hey. It's like the, what you call it, the inner bitch clicks in.
Yes, you start your zone.
Like, not shady, but now these are your girlfriends, these are your sisters and brothers, but also it's time to get shady, to put on that attitude, to be like, fuck y'all right now. What's the tea? I'm on the floor.
Yeah, because I feel like from what I've seen from you on the show and from what I'm seeing from you, like on Ballroom Throwbacks and at balls, because me and my sister watch clips down. That's all we do. We've seen y'all clip. Performance is our favorite category to watch. Eminem loves performance. I'm gonna just put that out there. Period. So, oh my God, what's I gonna ask you? Darn. Oh, so on Legendary, y'all are on this fab stage.
Yes.
For runway, we don't. I really don't prefer a stage. I don't like a stage because it can be short, it can be gaps in it, it can be real high and it mess up your equilibrium. It could be a lot of things going on. Do you all like voguing on the stage, or do y'all like voguing more on like?
Voguing, I live for it, but also I'm used to performing. I'm used to post stuff, so I'm used to performing on stage. So when we was on the stage and the people was below us, I feel like I was having my own concert every time I had a category.
But the one stage I don't like is like the latex ball. Like, that's too high.
I don't like that either.
Everybody, you're at everybody's neck. And that's how tall the stage is, and it just feels so like unbalanced. I'd be like motion sick walking that, but it was so big, and I felt like maybe the T was a little small than the actual stomp of everything, because that was huge. Mm-hmm. Once you got through the T part, the rest of the stage, you had all this space to do whatever, So, and that's another thing I see a lot of people, and I see a lot of the performances. Everybody utilized the stage, and that wasn't one thing that they really talked about, was like, utilize the space. Like, you guys just stayed right here, didn't go up here, didn't go down here. Everybody kind of used different parts of the stage to make an entrance, to make an exit. Really did utilize that. So I feel like everybody was very tapped into their creative, divine, mental state, because everybody's little ideas were very interesting. And I was like, oh, when did you come up with that one? You know, so you know.
You know. What about you, Deshaun? How do you
You
feel
talking to me?
on the stage? Yeah, voting on the stage versus
Okay.
which do you prefer?
Honestly, okay, so I live for the stage. Now, particularly when I dipped, I kind of was afraid because I thought it was going to be that like, poof, I'm going to fall through. But it was very sturdy. But particularly one stage that I would say, I don't know if you can see it on my clip on Instagram, was Midwest Awards Ball. Stage at Midwest Awards Ball was a fool.
Oh my goodness.
That stage was
break that
over.
down. How do you conquer a stage like that? Because and it was skinny.
I wasn't really prepared. I was scared actually going up those stairs. That stage felt like it was like 8 feet in the air. Like the crowd was all the way down here, and the stage is all the way up here. So everybody had to look up at you to perform. And then they had that big ass gap in the middle. Like it was completely a fool. And then you had to perform like on this little video T in front of the judges, which you could really take a chance on falling and hurting yourself. So it was like I don't live for stages like I don't live for the T stages, especially that particular one. The sides were bigger than the main part.
So, yeah. I do hope that, like, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because we already did the show. But if for future seasons, like, I hope that they have some type of like table or something because, like, where it was like we was like if, I don't even know how to do it with my hands, but like the way it was set up, it wasn't giving tea. Like, it was a really weird shaped way to perform, and it was like the crowd's here. It was just so I need a table. Like at balls, there's tables. Like you want to bang on the table and you need a table. So next season, HBO get a table.
What? Get a judge's table.
Girls.
I'm weak. But I understand what you're talking about. I know what you mean. Like, you know, just to give the feel of a ball. Yeah. Like if somebody wanted to dip on the table, like. But you know, television.
You know.
Right. So it's like explain to people like the difference when it comes to like the categories on Legendary versus the categories at a ball. Like break that down and like, and you can give me like what's your favorite category outside of Vogue, or performance. I'm sorry, but what's the difference between Legendary on HBO Max and Ballroom?
Well, the categories were broken down in many different ways. We actually got a list of all the categories, and they were giving ballroom, but they were giving performance as a house. A lot of those categories were runway as a house, performance as a house. And then when it started the sex siren and the, you know, the face categories, you knew those people that were in your house, you know, those were their categories. But they were all broken down under themes, as you see, like Wild Wild West, Once Upon a Time. So we knew like, okay, bam, okay, it says Wild Wild West. So we know this is a Wild Wild West thing. So we know everything has to be about the Wild Wild West. So it was just like, it was like a no-brainer because it was like it gave regular ball categories. I don't think it was anything different. It was just the part of as a house and that everybody had to participate. It was Vogue or runway. So it was like, I think that's why they came up with the Vogue film box, because it was a lot of issues with everybody doesn't do Vogue. So it's like, you know, you're asking for everybody to do Vogue. Everybody doesn't walk face, but you're not asking for this to be face as a house.
Right.
But y'all asking for everybody to do runway and performance, and everybody doesn't do that. So I think that's the only thing that was different, because it was like, wow, everybody got to do runway? Yeah, everybody. And it had to be a certain thing. Everybody got to Vogue? Yeah, and everybody has to do floor performance at that. One element of floor. Well, damn.
I was living for them bringing out, like, I know I was hyped. I know a lot of other categories didn't get to be shown on Legendary yet, because we don't know. But runway category, and a lot of times runway is left out, just like most categories are left out, and the focus is put on performance and voguing, which we live for. I live for. It's my favorite.
But there was a lot of runway.
There was a lot of runway.
With the three fat mice, and in the first ball, I don't call that the first ball. I call that like homecoming, like Grand March.
Yeah.
Or LSS. So you had a choice to implement voguing or runway, or you know, to kind of give a overall Grand March, you know, performance, runway, face, you know, all of that fashion. So you had a Grand March to display all of that.
Yeah.
So we had the three fat mice. runway, the Wild Wild West runway, and the only thing that wasn't a runway category was the intergalactic. That was the runway.
Yeah.
That was the runway category also, but it said performance. It said runway performance as a house. So
Right.
it said that it gave either you can do both or you can do one. So it was a choice. But it's like, well, dang, if you don't vogue, they're going to say something about you not voguing.
Right.
And if you don't do runway or something, they're going to say something about you not kind of doing what they asked for.
Mhm.
So it was really kind of up in the air. So we were just like, well, hell, we're just going to always vogue and always do runway and just bring it, you know. So that was the only difference. It was, but it was kind of different. But
I feel like wait, did you want to go?
Right. I mean, it don't matter. When it comes to runway, like, oh my god, it's sending me because, like, oh, I hated that particular night when we hit the walk runway. I was so irritated. My costume was not how I expected it to be. I had on, for one, it was like, it was just all over the place, like, oh my god. But I mean, we still looked cute, but I did not live for it. I didn't. I was so upset that night. Zay will tell you, I had an attitude. Like, I really did. I had an attitude. It's because I just felt like everything was falling apart. I was like, we worked so hard. It's like, behind the scenes, we really, every team went through some heavy stuff. Like, we really went through deep shit, like parents hollering at the kids walking out of rehearsal, leaving rehearsal. I'm by myself because I definitely rehearsed one night.
We only have a few more minutes on the live, and Cheyenne, I still have another question to ask you. For anybody that is watching us on Facebook Live, we can see what you're saying, y'all. So if y'all have any questions for my guests here, type them in the comments, and we will bring your question on the screen so we can all read it and do the thing. So, Cheyenne.
Yes.
That last battle, we were just talking about, you know, the category and making sure you bring runway, but still have some performance in it. The judges had some things to say about y'all, you know, you had to do the last battle. What was going through your mind when you had to battle to save your entire house? Because normally when you battle in the scene, you just battling to save you. You want to win. You know, what was it like having to put all, like, 4 other people on your back and battle for them too?
I don't know what it was, but like, for some reason, I felt, it is going to sound so crazy, I felt in my heart we were not going home. Like, I just knew we weren't, like, I don't know, I don't care what you told me, I was like, in my head, I was like, girl, we not going home. Like, I'm like, I just got to get her out the way. That's how I felt, honestly. I was like, I just got to get her out the way. Because I was like, girl, we not about, there's no way I'm about to go home right now. I'm like, especially like after I'm like, everything I had to do and went through to come here, I was like, girl, there is no way I'm going home today. So in my head, it gave very much, girl, I'm showing y'all why I'm about to stay anyway. That's how I felt. Personally, I was like, girl, we are not going home. But like, I was just sad because we were so close to the ninjas. Like, I love the ninjas. Like, we were close to the ninjas and the Balmains first. And over time, we were just all close. But like, first we was close to the ninjas and Balmains. And I was more sad and like, because I was like, damn, like, I really do love these girls like so much. Like, I love them so much. So I was like, but I was also like, it is no shade to anybody. I wasn't gonna cry in front of any judges or nothing. I don't do, like, I gave very much like, I'm gonna do what I do at a ball. I'm gonna vote, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Like, I don't want anyone to vote for me just because of like tears or something. But that's just me. Boss too. I'm probably not a big crier. I don't know. But literally, you catch like on screen, as soon as like it happened, and I got the third vote, I knew we were staying. I started bawling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just so sad. But like in the moment, I was like, girl, it's not giving. I said, girl, I'm at a ball. Like, I'm not about to stay in front of you. There's no way. Y'all not supposed to vote for me because I feel bad.
Shade this season, you know, showing your emotions.
Yeah, baby.
It's beneficial, and there's no shade.
It's not giving that. It's giving, did you like the performance or not?
Period.
It's not giving no tears, no nothing, because it's giving very much, oh my God, don't feel bad for me. Vote for me.
Don't feel bad for me, bitch, because I'm coming back next week harder, and you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad that you feel bad for me. Because I'm coming for you. Exactly. So, Deshaun, before you know, we had some mutual and unmutual because Cheyenne was talking. You were saying some things about some girls leaving practice and stuff. Now, I want to know, because we don't know. I want to know, was it really that deep for, you know, in the Gucci practice for everything that happened when y'all lost a member? We're not talking about it?
Oh, we can definitely talk.
Was the situation that deep between them two? Was it really that deep for you to leave your coin, leave being on TV, Was it giving, oh, this might be cute, y'all?
If you really want to be smart and we really want to talk about it, and as an adult, as a young adult, I even knew as being the youngest member on the cast that was a fool. You had a lifetime opportunity and you allowed your anger to overtake you and allowed you to get kicked off, which was a fool. I would have never allowed somebody to say something to me or knick-knack, like pick at me to push me to a point to where I lose this opportunity. Like, this was a gift from God. If you really think about it, this is HBO. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no just corner store walk. Like, girl, okay, we going to Walmart. This ain't that, baby. This is real. So for that to happen, it was like, it hurt me big time because I felt like I did feel like every other team had one up on us. They had 5 members and we had 4. So it's like all eyes were really on us now. And as you can see in the episode from, I think, last week when we had on the furs and stuff, I was cursing in rehearsal. I was irritated, like, because I felt like, for one, they wasn't listening to me.
Right.
They feel like because I was the smallest one on the team that, oh, it was just going to be that pushover. No. But it's all love, but at the same time, it's just like you have to think about where you do certain things. There's a time for certain things. You have to react certain ways. You know, how he reacted should not have been that way. How she reacted should not have been that way. But you have to look at it at the same time. In a way, things happen for a reason. I know that sounds kind of crazy because it's like we went from having 5, but then we went to Fab 4, and it was 4 of us, and we were standing out. So it was like, it kind of just, yeah, but it was definitely a fool. I would not have never let nobody push me to that. Girl, what?
Like y'all gave When Life Gives You Lemons, you gotta make lemonade. No shit.
You got to do it.
I'm happy to see that Gucci is here. Y'all are overcoming having one less member every week, more and more and more, and it continues to show because it's no shade. When y'all lost the member, I'm giving some things.
I thought it was one top 2 myself. I was like, oh girl, we is done.
No, but y'all have been turning it. I love it. Since we got just like a little bit of a late start to the live, I love to end every episode on a super good note. So tell me, Cheyenne, tell me again when you came out in the scene.
Okay, so my first ball was it was like a Halloween themed ball. It was Halloween 2017, but my first main ball was in North Carolina in July. It was the People's Choice.
Okay.
2018.
Got you. So my first ball was 2018. So I'm definitely a new girl. Kind of, sort. A lot of people may call you a new girl because they may be seeing you now because you're on TV. You're gonna give it.
I'm a virgin, but I'm new to everyone else. But I've been doing it, just not you.
Thank you, because that is a clarification.
Just because you don't know someone that they haven't been around, you just don't know them.
You could be a new girl to you, but I'm still not a virgin.
To you.
In your own category, who is your favorite new girl? Other than some people may clarify you as a new girl. Who is your favorite new girl other than yourself? And same for you, Zay. Same for you, Deshaun.
My favorite new girl. Okay, I watch the same people over and over again. I feel like if I'm thinking right off the bat right now, my favorite new girl is probably Jaylon from Chicago.
Absolutely.
I feel like she's fab. I feel like she's the fabbest new girl in Chicago. She is.
She be saying, Zay, who's your favorite new girl?
I'm on here reading Deshaun because he know he is new. Come like, no, you knew. No, but no shade. I really love seeing Blue Prodigy do his thing. At Alpha and Omega, and I had a really one-on-one with him the day before that ball, and I really told him about some things and about his Vogue and some things he just needed to change. And the very next day, the boy wins.
Okay.
So it was like, he comes to me and he's like, I listened, and I said, I know. Look what happened. Congratulations. You know, so he is really somebody I know. He may not be as new, but to the scene and really now making noise, he's one of the new ones that I really see going far and, doing his thing. So shout outs to Blue. You're doing your thing.
Word. All right. What about you, Deshaun?
So I would have to give it to my Brians, my sis, Miss Iris, Nasty Balmain, Little Miss Wretch. She's definitely have been waking it up. Like, honestly, for one of the hot new girls, she's definitely opening doors like she is the reason. no shame for South Cut. Like she does her shit. She definitely fucks it up. And I'm so proud of her. Like she's really went from when I first met Iris to now, like an ultimate girl, the girl that you want to tap at the ball now. Like, okay, I want her. Yeah. So I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, word. Well, I want to thank all y'all for being here. I want to give you all a second to shout yourselves out. Tell people if you have anything coming up. I know you all have been doing like a lot of performances from home and different shows and things like that. So tell people where they can follow you and what y'all have coming up. Yep, you first, Cheyenne.
Okay, so my Instagram is _Cheyenne. My Twitter is Cheyenne. My Facebook is Cheyenne. So you can find me on all of those. Literally just my first and last name, and then it has like a scatter like on my like my name thing, but like it's my first and last name.
Got you.
But I have like nothing. I have nothing like planned in my head necessarily right now. I have like photo shoots lined up and stuff like that. I'm trying to plan on for like future things. But besides that, I don't know. Just follow me. I'm always
everything is like paused because of the pandemic right now. But definitely, people can engage with your content, and you'll be posting things every week regarding pandemic. So definitely,
I'm a key. So follow me.
I love following you. You are a key. Where can we find you, Deshaun?
You can find me on Instagram at Deshaun_Gucci. I mean Gucci. Look, stop playing. Deshaun_Gucci. And on Facebook is Prince Deshaun. What I particularly say, what you can look out for me is that I may be dropping like 2 Vogue videos soon. Doing a couple of photo shoots. Just a lot. I'm really gonna get into more just doing a lot of photo shoots. I want to go into like modeling now, maybe. Just about this face. It's about the skin. It's just this chocolate is both, dark skins, Cheyenne and y'all know how. So yeah, I definitely that's what I'm gonna be working on. But you can see everything on my Instagram. Like you want to keep up with me. I'm gonna start going live on there. And like doing little talk shows and stuff with people. I'm even like use maybe one particular day for Bigo wise because I know Zay uses Bigo. I don't know if Cheyenne gets on there. But I want to do something like where we all get on there and just let people just come in and talk to us, like host like little mini shows and talk about the show and stuff. So yeah.
That's cute. We'll make it happen. And let me know. I'll be sure to shout it out here on the show so everybody can go and follow.
Okay.
Zay, what's T?
What's T? Everybody can follow me, ZayLaVin _ on IG, ZayLaVin on Twitter, Facebook, ZayLaVin. You can catch more of us in the House of LaVin. We are performing at the San Francisco Pride Generation of Hope tomorrow with the headliner with Big Frida. So definitely, if you guys want more information about that, definitely hit me up. I will send you the link and everything, so you guys can definitely
send it to me so I can post it.
Yes, the House of LaVin still booked. We still got things to do, it never stopped with us. So definitely
it happen. We love to see it.
Huh?
I said we love to see it.
All right. Tune in. My page.
I want to shout somebody out too. Right now, I'm definitely shouting out Tins Mag. They have like a dope ballroom bowl competition going on for like latex, since we won't have the latex ball this year.
Yes.
Kind of interact and have a bit of fun. Go on their story. Tins Mag, TNZMAG on Instagram, and they literally have like 2 different voguers. You have 2 different people voguing right next to each other in the same clip, and literally at the end of the clip, it pops up and you can vote on which one. So this is your chance to be a judge. If you like to watch Legendary, if you're in the scene and you ain't never judged, or if you're a judge that be like, what's going on the internet, you can go judge somebody on the internet now. So go on at Tins Mag on Instagram, do that. And the first battle was today, and I'll just have to say, shout out to my sis, Samantha Garcon. Go vote for her right now. We love you. Thank you guys so much for being here. This was everything to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Tins. Yes, y'all doing y'all thing.
Yes. I can't wait to see y'all bring it next week, though, because I'm telling you, every episode gets better and better. And episode 6 was lit. It gave me, I was there when I was actually in the audience. It's a key because I had a mask on. I was like the only person in there with a mask on.
I think that was you. I was like, she the only girl with a mask. She knew what was going on.
That was me. I was doing a lot of flying back and forth for work, so I was already aware of what was going on, and I was scared. But I really enjoyed the show, and I needed to know what was going on so I could do the thing. So I did what I did, and then after that, I still went to the ball in Virginia and had a whole bunch of fun. Didn't have a mask on there, but I ain't been out the house since March, so.
Okay.
Hey, so I will see y'all next week on the show. Y'all will see me next week on this show, and I can't wait to see what's going down. So thank you all for being here for the Legendary Breakdown, y'all. We just broke it on
Thank
down.
you. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.